Just a little informational talk this morning, all right? There's all kinds of things that are occurring in technology, especially with AI, this artificial intelligence. You know, Bill Clinton said one time that our knowledge doubles every 5 years, and that didn't make me feel very good because I was in my second senior year in college, and so I had 3. Long story, changed my major. Anyways, you lose a lot of credit hours when you go from business, advertisement, communications to dietitian. You lose a lot of hours. It was starting over. So he said this in my second senior year, and I thought about that, and I thought, man, that's going to make my degree null and void. I'm losing ground as I'm graduating. But now I think it's gotten faster, right? Our technology, the advancement in our society, the way information flows. Think about the internet, right? You guys know I'm a big soccer person, football fan, and so an American football fan. You can be a fan of any team anywhere in the world. That wasn't like that when I was a child, right? I grew up in Texas. Houston Oilers were my favorite team. They moved to Tennessee. There was no way to watch them or really keep up, right? I couldn't go to the internet and find the scores and find out what was going on with the team. But you can do that now. You can be a fan of a team across the globe, all right? And so when you look at that technology and how that plays a role in fall prevention and helping advance seniors, keeping them independent, here's a company called GAMGEE, G-A-M-G-E-E. And I'm excited to say that I emailed the founder, and he actually emailed me back. And we're going to set up a Zoom call for next week. So I'll have a follow-up to this. But what they have done is they launched AI-powered Wi-Fi fall detection systems for seniors. And it will provide instant alerts without wearables. Now that caught my attention because if you're using a device in a room and it's giving out a Wi-Fi signal, oftentimes you need a wearable device to detect a fall. Just like your Apple Watch, that can detect a call and then dial emergency services if you need them. If you guys will recall, maybe it was 2 years ago, unfortunately, there was a retired police officer riding his bike, and 2 young men thought it would be funny to hit him with their car. And I hate to talk about this way, but this is an example of how this technology impacts our society. They videoed this. Unfortunately, these guys made a very terrible decision. They sped up, hit this retired officer who was out on a leisure ride on his bike, and ultimately the retired officer ended up dying from this incident. But they caught the 2 young men who did this because his watch, he was wearing an Apple Watch at the time. I know there are other devices that can do this as well, Android devices, Samsung. His device detected a fall and alerted emergency officials who then came to the scene, and they were able to capture these 2 guys. So that type of technology is now coming over into the fall prevention world. So they're going to try to redefine the way that seniors are living and able to prevent falls. I'm really curious as to the no wearables and how that is going to work, because oftentimes with Wi-Fi you need to have a wearable on to detect that fall. So what I'm going to do is talk to this gentleman, and then I will follow up next week and give you a little more information.
I'll be the only one here.
So, yeah. Well, however many people are here, we'll talk, yeah. But here's the other thing too, guys. It's not just Wi-Fi, it's Bluetooth technology, okay? And then you have cellular technology. Quick difference. Fall detection uses those 2 types of technology, cellular signal and Bluetooth. Bluetooth is limited in its range. So as long as you have a home base and you're within that range of that home base and you have a fall, that range, if you're in range, it will detect. You can push your button and you will be able to access your emergency services. Like a Bluetooth speaker. If you have your phone connected to a Bluetooth speaker and you walk a certain distance away, it loses its connection. It's the same thing with your fall prevention, your fall detection device with the Bluetooth technology. Now, if you were to walk out into your driveway to the mailbox and something were to happen and you fall, you have a misstep, you may be out of range and unfortunately out of luck. So that's something to consider when you're looking for these types of devices. Cellular technology works just like your Apple Watch. How many of you remember Dick Tracy? I remember watching Roger Rabbit, and this guy had this watch and it flipped up and it was his face and he was talking on his watch, and I thought, man, I want one of those. Well, guess what? I have one now. I can leave my phone at home and receive all my text messages and all my phone calls through my watch, no matter where my phone is. Range is no longer an issue because of the cellular technology, the same technology our phones use. So you guys see the difference there? So that's just something to consider whenever you're looking for these fall detection devices and these systems at home. This is very curious because if you don't have to wear a wearable, I'm sure they have a home base that you're going to have to put in each room or a certain amount of bases that you will need, okay? So we'll find out more about that, and then tune in next week, you guys on YouTube, and we'll have more information there, okay?
Could you say in one sentence what a Bluetooth is?
Bluetooth technology is the ability to connect to my phone or my computer to a device without a physical connection, without a line that attaches them. It's a virtual line, right? So if I was going to charge my phone, you would plug it in. Bluetooth they have systems or devices where you just put your phone on. There's no actual physical connection. And you can transfer files and all kinds of stuff through this technology, yeah. So, all right, guys, we ready to rock and roll? Let's do it. Let's have you stand, going behind our chairs.